PawpawSammyAlyBug here. I have been asked over and over about my worm bins. Okay, my worm bins, I've got videos on flow through, the green worm bin, uh, worm bins in the tote, worm bins in the bucket, worm bins in your flower beds. I got videos on all of that. But they keep asking, how do you do it? How do you do it? So what I'm going to do, people, I'm going to try to start from the top down one more time. This is my worm bin. It's by far the best I've ever had. And if you looked at all my videos, I've had big worm bins outside, inside, you name it. Now, this worm bin is basically about, I don't know, 9 inches deep. 9 inches. Okay? Now, the way I set it up, when I start, I take cardboard. And when I say cardboard, I'm talking about the old corrugated board like this. The worms crawl in these corrugations and breathe. And what I do, the first thing, let me move this over a little bit. The first thing I do, the bin is empty, nothing in it. Now, you see how this cardboard is deteriorating? Right here, it's just coming to pieces. Now, if I was to take and run my compost, and this is an experiment, just a cheap experiment. Grab a handful, throw it in there, shake it, you get the fine stuff, your vermiculture. The big stuff, if you can see it, is leaves, chopped paper, sticks, flowers, whatever. All right, you dump that back in. You keep your fine stuff for selling it or whatever. Now, if I was to take and run this board right now, get all the compost out, clean it, all the way to the bottom, worms, everything comes out. Okay, I would take this old cardboard that the worms is already eaten on, and you see that? It's deteriorating like crazy. In fact, see, coming to pieces. Now, what I would do is take this old cardboard and put it on the very bottom of the bin, and I'd soak it with water. That way, the worms can go up inside the corrugation and lay their eggs and eat the cardboard. Now, then I would take my little container, separate the fine stuff from the leaves and chopped paper and stuff. I'd put my fine stuff in a container, and you can't see it, but I'll show you. This is what the fine stuff looks like. See that? That is pure compost, people. Full of micro fungi. You won't believe the little animal. It's living organism. This is not planting soil. Absolutely no odor. The prettiest black dirt you ever seen. That comes out of here when I take and run it through a filter. Okay? All right. Now, you take the fine stuff and put it in a container for sale or whatever. Put all your leaves and heavy stuff back in the bin on top of the old cardboard. Then you wet it down. Put your worms back in here. And people, don't laugh. See this bump right here? That is a old, look, see that? See the roots? See it starting to sprout? That's a sweet potato. I had sweet potatoes planted out there and kind of neglected them. After I got all I wanted, I neglected them. So when I was cleaning my little garden up, I found that. So what do? Put it in here. If it decays, the worms will eat it. If it don't, it'll sprout. Next year, I've got sweet potato slips. Now, you see this? Corn on the cob. Hey, see it starting to sprout? Now, if I wanted to plant corn, I'd take an ear of corn, dent corn or whatever, plant it down inside my worm bin, and leave it alone. That'll sprout. I can plant them individually. I'll have corn. All this stuff you see growing, I'm not sure what it is. I'm really not. Mama peels potatoes. I throw the potato peelings in here. You won't believe the Irish potatoes I've grown. Oh, what sprouted in his worm bin. As they sprout, I go throw them in the garden, and they make it. Now, so that's how you set it up, really. And when you get to the top, get some new cardboard. That way, you can cover your whole thing like so, and your worms are happy. Never put a lid or a tight container, or your worms are going to leave. They'll be crawling all up the side. And you hear people say, well, they just following the moisture. They're trying to escape, people. They need to breathe. All that cardboard does is gives them a place to come up underneath and eat. If you think they're not underneath, look at the worms. Look, I don't know if you can see them. They hundreds of them in there. They're all down in here. I mean, that cardboard to them is like a safe haven. It gives them the place to come up to eat. You can keep it damp. Got to keep this damp. And by the way, this is a little damp. The reason being, I'm not going to run it anytime soon. It's hard to run it when it's wet. The drier, the better. But remember one thing, it's better too wet than too dry. Worms breathe through their skin. Dry, they die. No questions asked. Dry, they're going to die. If you put a bright light on them, like this, you don't see any worms. When I pick this cardboard up and that light's on, you see them going down. Leave them in a bright light, they'll die. For whatever reason, they're light sensitive. Now, people say, what do you feed them? Well, you saw the sweet potato, the corn. I just happen to have some strawberries that Mama just finished picking up. See there? Pieces of strawberries. What do? You can actually come out here. Ooh, look at the worms. Where the worms are, I want you to see that. A handful of them. And the reason being they right there is coffee grounds. I take and save my coffee grounds. I put coffee filters and all in there. See that? See that coffee filter? That stays in there. And you pull it back, loaded with worms. Do not put fresh coffee in your bin. Fresh coffee is a little bit acidic. Once you make the coffee, it takes some of the acid out of it and it's plumb safe to feed your worms. These coffee filters, they won't last long. 3 or 4 days or a week, they'll be gone. And these little buckets you see, that's traps for nitwicks. You can't see them, but in here crawling around is millions. It's almost minute, little bitty white bugs crawling everywhere. That don't hurt a thing. They help break down the food. The worms eat what they break down. Now, nitwicks eat vegetables until they run out of vegetables or get too thick. Then they start eating the worm eggs. So these little traps keep those nitwicks under control. Now, I've been putting up videos on this for 3 or 4 years. If y'all go to my videos, you'll see what I do and how I do it. I mean, there's hundreds of videos on this. And each one might give you a little better view of what I've just given you. Yes, I sell the compost, the clean compost. Yes, I sell worm bins. Yes, I sell the worms. And believe me, this little worm bin made me some money. just like it is. They well fed, they wet, they got a cover. I can leave this worm bin for 5 or 6 months. Don't touch it, and they'll survive. As long as that moisture stays damp, they'll eat the paper, they'll eat the leaves, they'll eat the grass, they'll eat their bedding. And when you come back, wet it down a little bit, throw them a little fresh food, they're good to go for another 4, 5, 6, 8 weeks. They're easy to raise. People is not bright. The biggest thing is, it's so easy for me to leave something out. I've been doing it so long, and I know the subject so well. I think, well, they ought to know this. That's common knowledge, in which you don't know it because it's not common knowledge to you. It's hard to explain this sometimes, but believe me, they're easy to raise. Just don't put a tight cover or lid on them. Give them round up paper, cardboard, and feed them vegetable scraps. Those worms will survive, people. As long as it's damp. Dry, they're going to die. Remember that. I don't know what else I can do except go to my playlist. Like I said, I have videos on flow-through bins, the green hunger bin, the containers, the buckets, growing them in the yard, growing them in flow-through, and growing them like this. And by far, this is the best I found for my purpose. Like and subscribe.